But first tonight, the push for new gun control laws making headlines both nationally and here in the Ocean State today.
Survivors of Florida's school shooting were on Capitol Hill again today, making their push for new laws. Meantime, Florida's Governor Rick Scott highlighted his action plan, which would invest $500 million in school safety and mental health.
Now, back here at home, State House lawmakers are discussing legislation on a red flag policy and an assault weapons ban.
Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian is live at the State House now with what lawmakers are discussing. Kim?
Well, Mike and Shannon, today there was a rally in support of that proposed assault weapons ban. That bill defines assault weapons as any semi-automatic assault rifle, pistol, or shotgun. And today's rally was aimed at getting that ban through the legislature this session. Now, the State House rotunda was packed with lawmakers, advocates, and local leaders as Senator Josh Miller and Representative Jason Knight asked other legislators to co-sponsor their legislation to ban so-called assault weapons. Speakers at the event saying it's time for change, particularly in light of the Parkland school shooting, urging the General Assembly to take action this year and align Rhode Island with its neighboring states.
My goal is to put daylight between the potential mass shooter and his or her ability to obtain an assault rifle in Rhode Island.
On the assault weapon ban, Massachusetts has one, Connecticut has one, New York has one, and I hope to God pretty soon we have one.
The difference this year is not only an assault weapons ban or a bump stock or a red flag or a safe schools initiative or a magazine limit. It's that we have a much larger group of advocates and a much more effective group of advocates.
Now, of course, not everyone is on board with this proposal. House Speaker Nicholas Mattiello telling us he's not convinced that banning a specific type of weapon would solve the larger problem. The Senate President, Dominic Ruggiero, saying today that he has not yet had a chance to look at the specific language in this piece of legislation. Now, there are other gun bills being considered here at the State House. Coming up new at 6, we'll tell you more about those and bring you more coverage of today's rally. For now, reporting live in Providence, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.
Our other big story tonight, the debate over gun control has returned to the Rhode Island State House.
Legislators have filed bills to ban assault weapons and turn the governor's red flag executive order into law. Today's bill filings drew a large crowd at the State House rotunda, with many calling for action in wake of the Florida school shooting.
And we have team coverage tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado looks into the history of gun control legislation in Rhode Island.
But first, Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian reports on what happened this afternoon at the State House. Kim?
Well, Mike and Shannon, there was a rally here today at the State House surrounding the new proposal to ban the sale and ownership of assault weapons in the state. The bill defines assault weapons as any semi-automatic assault pistol, rifle, or shotgun. And this rally today was aimed at getting this ban through the legislature this session.
Here's the bill.
Democratic State Representative Jason Knight showing off a copy of his newly proposed Rhode Island Assault Weapons Ban Act of 2018 alongside Senate sponsor and fellow Democrat Joshua Miller.
It will not stop at assault weapons. It will stop when we hear from our high school students and our teachers that they feel safe.
The bill seeks to limit magazine capacity and restrict the sale and possession of certain semi-automatic rifles, pistols, and shotguns.
On the assault weapon ban, Massachusetts has one, Connecticut has one, New York has one, and I hope to God pretty soon we have one.
You keep hearing the word, oh, military-style weapons, but you know, military weapons are already banned from civilian possessions.
The debate over assault-style weapons just one of many at the State House, as legislators also mull proposals to ban the sale of guns to anyone under 21, prohibit bump stocks, and consider the so-called red flag law aimed at keeping guns out of the hands of potentially dangerous people. And if you already own one of the high-capacity magazines or assault weapons that would be prohibited under this act, there is a clause in there that would grandfather the ownership of those weapons. There's also they would also make exceptions for law enforcement. Reporting live in Providence tonight, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.